Hello, and so we will be starting this webinar. Not webinar actually, this is your English version course of beginners module that we have come up with. So previously people have asked us to give in English actually. They were confused with the Hindi version because most of the clients were coming to us and they were saying we want an English version. So this is the English version that you are getting. So let's start. So this is you are seeing the slide like this is a PDF file and NBSA beginners webinar. This is webinar that I have taken in the month of August. So I have taken from that only. So don't get confused like the Hindi part is different or English part will be different. No, it won't. It is the same as the Hindi version only. A slight different will be there, but it is much more advanced and much more accurate than the Hindi version because I have spent much time on this. So let's start without wasting any time. This is as we start, let's see what are the topics we're gonna cover. Presentation guide. So how does this course outline? What is the outline of this particular course? Not course, actually the particular of this chapter. So water stocks, different types of graph, candlesticks, bull bear risk reward margin trading, types of trading segment. So this is a very small section, so I will cover likewise. And firstly I thought I should cover all the things in a one single video, like it would be an hour or 2 hour video length, but I think I have to complete in sections, so that will be easier for me as well as for you as well. So let's start. So water stocks are coming straight forward to the water stocks. So stocks are where individual and institution investor come together and buy or sell shares in public venue. It can be an individual or it can be a institutional mutual fund or whatsoever. Okay. So this is how the market works. And coming back, I would say that just I will just zoom out so that it will be easier. Yeah. So I think that's comfortable for you as well and for me as well. So the further process, how does the share come into the market? That is in the next slide. The processing of stock, how does the stocks process in the market? So the basic question is this. So this is a general idea how the stocks come into the market, because you have to know this. As an information, it is not mandatory, but you should know that how the stock working is being held in the SEBI offices or CDSL whatsoever. So we will be getting to know in this slide. Like the next slide, you will see. You see this? So this is a flow chart that I have created. So the topmost management is the SEBI, that is Security and Exchange Board of India, that controls the all the regulations in the share bazaar or share market, as you can see. Then NSDL, CDSL had different segments, different criterias for the companies to go through. So they coordinate with each other and they go through the process of the company, go through the process of completing the formalities. And how does they do that, we won't be going into the deep of that, but you should know these are the three entities that they have to go through to get registered for an IPO. So what is an IPO? See, for example, a company has to open or open up a new segment or want to expand its business, so they need funding. So they can get funding from an like someone who can invest, or banks loans, or the third option is share. So what does happen? So they keep their company public. So what people do, people trust their company and they invest in them. So from that money they grow their business, the company grow their business through that process. So that's why there is an initial public offering. Company presents its balance sheets, its profit and loss, what are the dividends they are providing or not, or everything, whatever P ratio, P everything they provide to the public. The company gets public limited. So that's how the company comes into the share bazaar, because they need funding to raise their business to expand. That's why. So this is what an IPO is. IPO full form is initial public offering. So you should know that. That is, IPO comes like in a year, like 5 to 6 or more than that. You will see, come to know when you will get into trading. You will get to know what are IPOs, more about them, how the company works. So there is an bidding of them IPOs. So likewise, only you will get to know what are IPOs and how does it work. in the further cases. Coming to them, like after completing all the formalities and everything, so NSDL and company after IPO, they directly registered on Bombay Stock Exchange and National Stock Exchange. So what does that happen? Like they registered on the National Stock Exchange after 10 to 15 days of the IPO bidding. So it depends on the like it is a bidding process. Like someone gets or someone don't get, depends on the total on the bidding luck. I would say. And next thing comes, like you are seeing this broker part. Okay, this is the broker. So what SEBI has done, SEBI has allowed only the brokers, official registered broker, to provide you with the facility of buying shares in the market to for the proper functioning of the stock market. Because earlier it was like, if an individual goes and directly buys that, he can manipulate the stocks and he can do hampering of the short stock market as well. So that's why they did, like you have to go through the broker and then you can buy that particular share. So you must be knowing that we are associated with Angel Broking, so you can definitely open up a demat, free demat account, that is free of cost, no charges at all. And there are many brokers you can go through, but this is a full-fledged broker, I would say. They are giving you much better facility, much better leverage, and it has its own stock share in the market. So now this is the whole process, I would say. I would repeat once again. So this is SEBI, NSDL, CDSL, National Security Depository Limited, and Central Depository Service Limited. So company, what does it do? It represents its all the files and whatever the things, documents to them, and after that they open up for the IPO. After clearing all the things that they have provided, so they clear everything and the company gets the IPO registered and they come into the public sector, so that public can bid on them, on the shares, depending on what things they are giving and what things are they providing, whatever how the company goodwill is according to them. They judge the company and they invest according to the company whatsoever. So this is the process how the market works, how the stock comes into the action of the stock market that you buy on the platform. Different types of graphs. So this is a very basic beginner module, I would say. So that is very to the, I would say, not here and there. It is to the mark, I would say. Types of graphs are like graphs, line graph, candlestick, Heiken-Ashi bar. So these are the examples. You can see the line graph. So this is a line graph. So this is a in a form of you must have drawn like in statistics in the school time or in the college time as well, drawing the statistic graph, joining the dots and creating a line. So it is similar to that only, the line graph. Then comes the Japanese candlestick, that you will be studying in the intermediate level of the English version, or you can, if you know Hindi a little bit, the video is already there. You can just go and watch them. And next comes is the third Heiken-Ashi. So Heiken-Ashi is then different than Japanese candlestick. The main difference is that it is an averaging of the previous candle. Just get an idea, like if the candle closes at 10 and the next candle will be opening at around 5, I would say. Just an example, it doesn't work like that, but you will come to know in the candle section when you go for the, just know the types of, okay, the pattern neglecting extra noises. You can see that, you can see this. So it has single side wicks, okay, only few of them will have the double side wick, okay. And if you go through the Japanese candles, you use it double side wicks, it is very confusing for most of them. So don't need to worry, because we will be coming to this part in few days and you will be get to knowing what is Heiken-Ashi, what is candlestick, what is the difference. And this is similarly in the bar chart is also there. Bar chart is like a single line and with the open and close markings on it. No need to like remember or something like this, but you have to know that what are the types of graphs. People do use all the graphs that I have represented. Everyone uses that, and depending on the what people like, how much they are good in a particular graph also, so they trade in that only. What is a candlestick? This is a short body anatomy of the candlestick. You can see this is our main body, so it represent time with the price. Okay, the price is on the y-axis and time is on the x-axis. So the particular candle can be a 1 minute, 1 second, 15 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hour, 1 day, 1 week, or whatsoever. It can be of a particular time period with the price. So it represent that the candle, how much that price has moved from this in this particular time, from a particular price to a particular price, or in that particular time how much the price have gone to the highest point and how much the price has gone to the lowest point. So I have represented that with lower shadows and upper shadows. Okay, so this is nothing to like learn anything. Open, high, close, low, so I will be explaining a further detail as well, but just to get an idea how does it look, what does the call. So this is the closing of the price. The highest point is the high, the lowest point is called the low. You know that, that is very simple, that is very common sense actually. The highest point will be called the high point, the lowest point will be called the lowest point. Okay, this is called a lower shadow. This is the stick. You can call it a wick, wick, wick as well, or you can call it a shadow as well. So this represents the bullish, because this is just, yeah, because it is a bullish because the closing is above the opening price. Okay, and this is a bearish because closing is below the opening price. That is the difference between the bullish candle and a bearish candle. The main difference is that only. When you have, when someone says identify anything, if you're identifying what is a bearish or bullish, actually it doesn't, you don't need to do that, because there is a color difference. Green, most of them you use green and red, either black, blue, or sorry, black or white, or blue or black as well they use sometimes. So Japanese candlesticks are formed using the open, high, low and close of the chosen time frame. So there is a definition, you can read this. If the close is above the open, we can say the candlestick is bullish. What I have said earlier, that is the same thing that it has written here, nothing to go through. If the close is below the open, we can say the candlestick is bearish, which indicates that market is falling in this session. Means bear matlab, uh, bear means like to fall, bull means to go up. Okay, that's the difference in bear and bull. So here come bear and bull. How does it differ? So bull referring that there is a more of buying in the market. Bear means referring that there is a more in the selling in the market. So now comes the risk and reward. How much to choose the risk and reward when you trade? So let's see. So this is your after buying your position. So I have created this. So whenever you buy something, buy any share or buy anything, option, commodity, any segment of the market, we will be discussing the segments as well in the further slide. So before, after buying, you should always be prepared. For example, this blue segment is the buying portion. Okay, so what you have to do, the target has to be 1 to 2% of the stock. That I would recommend, that is my recommendation for you all to do that. And stop loss has to be 0.5 to 1%. So that will be around 1 to 1 is to 2 ratio of the profit taking every time. So never do that like you're not putting a stop loss or not putting anything targets, or not getting greedy, because people do get greedy. They are getting 1%, 2%, or 1.5% even, or even a 0.5% you can go. If you are thinking that the market is not going like what you have thought of, so you can definitely go for 0.5%. It does happen many a times. So margin trading is actually, I would say, margin trading refers to the process of trading where an individual increases his or her possible returns on the investment. So what you have, like you have 5,000 rupees. So what you got, let's see, for example, you have 500 rupees. Okay, so you have a broker account in any of them, I don't know whatsoever you can use. So what they give you a leverage or a margin of 100 times. That means if you have 500 rupees, you can buy only a stock worth rupees 500. But what they do, they give you a leverage. you want to buy 100 quantity of shares of 500, because they are providing you with the 100 times of leverage. They give you the money, they give you the money to buy that stock. Okay, what, and you will think that how will the broker will benefit of that, and we will lose that money, so what, the broker will ask us to repay that money? No, no, it doesn't happen like that. You pay that, and whenever you go into the loss, the total amount of your fund, that is five, that is, for example, 1000. So the total amount is your 1000, for example. So when you are getting into the loss position, whenever you see the MTM going red or getting decreased, so at the point of 80% of your total funding, that is around 800 rupees, if you have 1000 rupees in your account, automatically the broker will square of the position. Square of means it will sell that particular stock without asking you, because he don't want to risk his funds. So he will sell at 80%, he will give back 20% and take back his all the 100 times whatever the leverage you have used. So he will take it back. So this is how the broker works. If you have any confusion in this thing, you can definitely comment down there and you can ask anytime, so no issues. So different types of segment is like commodity, currency, futures and options. You can see that. So commodity is like tangible goods that can be bought and sold, exchange for products of similar value like coal, gold, corn, sugar. This is the segment. So we are discussing the segments only, not too much. We are not going into the deep, like how to trade the commodities, what are the timings of them, and what are the pricing. So these are the very detailed topics that can't be covered in this session. So we will be covering that, but this is for the segment for the new beginners only, so they should know what are the types of things can be traded in the stock market or in the stock bazaar. This is currency. Okay, so currency is the traded currencies in India. See, forex is not traded in Indian stock brokers. Okay, so because only USD, INR, Euro INR, GBP INR, that is Great Britain pound, and Japanese INR is traded on the stock broker platform in India. None other than this. Like if you are thinking of Euro and Euro USD or Great Britain pound USD, you won't be able to find that on the Indian brokers. Okay, because that is not allowed, that is illegal in India to do that. Coming to that, so finally we have come to the end, and this is the demat account. You can say that these are the requirements you require in demat account opening: Aadhaar, PAN, bank statement, nominal fees. But in some of the, I have put up a star. Why put up a star? Because most of the, not most of them, every each one of them will charge you around 300 to 500 rupees of opening fees. Okay, but what we are giving, as I'm the sub broker of Angel Broking, so we are giving you a free demat account and a ARC service that will give you for 1 year, that will provide you with the full 1 year service of providing calls worth rupees 5000 free of cost. You listen that, worth rupees 5000 will be provided to you. The service of 5000 will be provided to you free of cost, and the account opening is also free. So there is nothing to lose. And if you open that account, you will only learn, because it has a very good segment. And if you, I will show the picture as well in this section, you will see that. And next, so what we are giving, so you can see these are modules that we are up. So becoming a beginner, intermediate, advanced, so we are leveling up. So you can go through that, and I have already uploaded the Hindi version of beginner. Intermediate is also into the process, so we are putting up. And advanced is something much more advanced, so we will go further and we will get to know what is the advanced level. So don't rush up and try to learn everything. And if you are in the, if you can learn Hindi as well, you can definitely go in learn Hindi as well. For those who need extra apart from module, one-to-one session we can do, you can definitely mail us, I can do that. Portfolio assessment, if you want to build up a portfolio, I can assist in that as well. So this is a few, growth like what we have done, and in the past few days or first few months. So this is the result. So this is the groups we have, like daily trades at a weekly positional trade, what we give part of our prime group. So these are gains what we have achieved in the past months. Six, so this is small amounts that we have achieved. So that's all. Thank you, and please do subscribe the channel, like us, subscribe us, and share with your friends who need to learn this stock market. And we will be teaching you more and more. The next chapter will be coming up. So just keep on with us and just like us, share us, subscribe our channel, and do share with your friends, because this is one of the best course. No one will be giving you free of cost. So please do like, share, and subscribe. Thanks a lot.